Hi everyone from Shanghai. My name is Steven, and I think most of you already heard by now that we entered a new phase of managing the pandemic here in China. After 3 years of strict control, the government announced and implemented a totally new and updated strategy in a matter of just a few days, aimed at handling a now less severe but more infectious strain of the virus. We are all experiencing exciting new changes in our daily lives. New policies and updates still keep coming out almost every day, so fast that by the time you watch this video, it may already be outdated. It's a big relief to most of us to have more certainty and more control over our daily lives, and it really feels like we are turning into the finish line of fighting the virus in a decisive final battle. It is also a big relief for the economy, which can hopefully soon return to its pre-COVID growth. In general, I would say people are a bit nervous, but definitely not panicking. There's lots of official information available about the virus, its symptoms, and what to do if you get infected. There are information campaigns, both in Chinese and English, in different outlets, including social media, asking people to remain calm and not to overwhelm medical resources unnecessarily when you only have some mild symptoms. Also here in Shanghai, we experienced long lockdowns earlier this spring. During these lockdowns, lots of new connections have formed within residential compounds to help each other out with food and medical supplies. Neighbors became friends whom we can now rely on. As they say in Chinese, 远亲不如近邻. A neighbor is sometimes more helpful than a distant relative. Here in Shanghai, we've been used to doing PCR tests every other day, ever since the 2-month citywide lockdown during spring. For example, our residential compound has transformed its public garden into a large PCR testing site, which is capable of screening 5,000 persons a day. This site was widely used during the frequent citywide mass testing campaigns called until about 2 weeks ago, if I left Shanghai, even for a very short business trip to neighboring provinces, for example, after returning home, I could not enter public venues such as restaurants or supermarkets for 5 days. Now most of these restrictions are gone. We don't need to do PCR tests on a daily basis. In fact, there are very few places that require you to have one. So most people are doing antibody self-tests instead to check up on their own health proactively. Home quarantine is now allowed. People don't have to worry about being taken to centralized quarantine anymore. At the same time, everyone seems to be more self-conscious about their own health and the health of older people and very young children around them, thinking of ways to protect themselves and their loved ones. As you can clearly see, almost everyone is now wearing a mask, even when outdoors, walking on the street, although case numbers are probably not very high in Shanghai yet. There is also more emphasis on prevention, taking the vaccine for everyone, including older people, as the vaccine clearly helps to avoid serious illness. For us foreigners especially, there is a big hope that soon we can travel between our home country and China without any impediment, and that international flights will return to their pre-COVID levels. We are definitely starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel now. Let's hope that this last wave of the pandemic will be over soon and everybody will be safe and healthy.